Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, and my fellow dweebs, Spank the Monkey back again with another unboxing video. This time it will be PHYREXIA All Will Be One. So we have two set boosters that we will be opening. So I will go ahead with the first box to open and let's see what we get. Here we go. Alright, so hope everyone is doing well this February. I was a little bit late to the party in getting these set boosters for PHYREXIA, but let's see if we can get some good hits here. I hear that the set is pretty good, and I think we should be getting some nice hits this time around. Okay, so opening the set box, we have this interesting art card, and we have Elesh Norn, the big baddie of this particular set. Okay, so this is a set booster, so we have about 24 packs to open. What I like about set boosters would be the fact that, you know, unlike the draft boosters, there would be, while there are less cards and less packs, there would be less chap as well, and we have a higher rate, I believe, of getting some of the better cards. And let's see if we can get that done now. So let's go to the first pack. Here we go. Okay, so I think these are the Japanese packs. It has that easy to open sort of slide thing over there. Okay, let's see what we get. We have a art card here. Let's put that over there. Okay, so how do we go ahead and open these? Okay, so we'll do it this way. Yeah. Okay, so we have the commons. All right, here we go. Cutthroat Centurion, Chimney Rabble. I do like the what do you call this? The symbol for PHYREXIA. Okay, Shrapnel Slinger, Bursting Roots, Dune Uber. Ooh, and we have this nice alt art full border land. Pretty nice. Let's put that over there. Okay, so let's go to the uncommons. We have Paladin of Predation over here. Noxious Assault. Okay. We have Bilious Skull Dweller. Okay, Death Touch and Toxic. This is the newfangled poison mechanic. Ooh, and we have a uncommon Bladed Ambassador and this nice showcase art. This sort of oil canvas blot sort of thing. Okay. And we have for the rare Kethek Crucible Goliath. So this is a Phyrexian Beast, a legendary 4/4, and Kethek, it costs 2 and Rakdos to cast. So at the beginning of your end step, if you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, reveal cards from top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary creature card with lesser mana value. Put it in the battlefield, then put the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. Okay. So some sort of recursion tactics over there. And we have a foil Reject Imperfection. Let's put this here. And let's put the token right there. Okay, so moving on. Any new cards here that we should be looking out for? I think the chase cards here, of course, would be the several types of Elesh Norn that would be showing up in the different boxes. And I think we also have some of the completed Planeswalkers as the sort of chase cards as well. So we'll be looking into that. Ossification, Apostle of Invasion, okay, and a Vivisection Evangelist. Okay, to the rare, oh no, we have a uncommon Venomous Brutalizer and a showcase art Rustline Cultivator. Okay, and for the rare we have Slowbad Iron Goblin. So what does this do? So for 2 and a red, you have a 3/3 legendary creature, a Phyrexian Goblin Artificer, and if you tap and sacrifice an artifact, add an amount of red equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. So pretty good for those red artifact decks. Put that over there. Ooh, and we have a nice foil showcase art Sawblade Scamp. Nice looking cards. I think these are very, very lovely, like, art. Look at that. This is really great art, and foil too. Okay, so we're moving to our third pack. Nothing spicy yet. Again, we're looking for the Elesh Norns and the other completed Planeswalkers. Okay, and a couple of enchantments. Like, all will be one. I think I'm looking at. Okay, we got a nice foil land art over there. Playing. I have Malkator, Contagious Borak, Chestnut Siphoner. Oops. Put that over here in the common pile. Blight Belly Rat. Okay, we have a Porcelain Zealot. Feed the Infection. Viral Spawning. And Expand the Sphere. And for the rare, oh no, I think the slot is a what do you call this? A borderless showcase art slot, maybe. Bone Picker Scourge, right? And we have Soulless Jailer. So this is a artifact creature Phyrexian Golem for 2 mana. You get a 0/4. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield, and players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. That will be bad against my Prosper deck. And for the foil, we have a Dross Skullbomb. A Phyrexian Germ for the token. Right, moving on. So let's see what else we get here. Okay. So this is the art. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we have a mountain over there. 3 commons, so I think we might be getting some good uncommons here. Ravenous Necro Titan, Vat Emergence. Okay, new cards. Infectious Bite, and we get another Rustvine Cultivator and a Quicksilver Fisher. Okay, I was hoping that we would be getting some good hits there, but let's see. Oh, we get another borderless one, so Sinew Dancer. Okay, and a Caromonix, the Rat King. Is this one of the chase cards? I don't think so. So what does this do? For 1 black, it's a legendary Phyrexian Rat. With 3/3, it has Toxic 1, and other rats you control have Toxic 1. So when Caromonix enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of the library. You may reveal any number of rat cards from among them and put the revealed cards onto your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay. And ooh, we get a foil Dark Slick Shores. Okay. I like this particular land cycle. I am happy about getting this particular card. Pretty cool. Okay, so we are through to the first half of the first set of cards. Let's see. Nothing spicy yet. Okay, just going through these comments here, and then Wordless Forest. We have this nice looking art card here. Now for the uncommons, we get Vat of Rebirth, Incubation Sac, Unctuous Retrofitter, and Orthodox Enforcer. Next, we get a Sawblade Scamp, and then we get a Sky Hunter Strike Force, which is, I believe, coming from the Commander deck. And it for a 2 and white, you get a 2/2 Cat Knight creature with flying and melee, and the Mechanic Lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, other creatures you control have melee. Okay, that's a pretty fun buff to your creatures, especially for those white mini decks. And we get a Monument to Perfection. So what does this do? So for 2 mana, it's an artifact where you can pay 3 and tap it. Search your library for a basic, sphere, or locust land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand and shuffle. Or you can pay 3. Monument to Perfection becomes a 9/9 Perfection construct artifact creature. Uses all abilities, gains Indestructible and Toxic 9. Activate only if there are 9 or more lands with different names among the basic, sphere, and locust lands you control. Interesting card. I'm sure a lot of people would be able to find ways to take advantage of this mechanic in Commander. But yeah, that's a pretty interesting mechanic there. Okay, and then we get a nice foil bladed ambassador. Check that out. Okay, and a Phyrexian Might. Okay. Moving on to the next pack. Oh, sorry, I realized that the foils, I've not been keeping tabs of that, so let me just move over the foils to the pool pile down here. Get one over here, another one here. Alright, here we go. And here, foil, nope. We did get that foil land though. Yep, and this one too. Oops. Okay, let's put that away, and the foil goes out here. Okay, moving on. So, we have this art card. Okay, Fair Basilica Skull Bomb, Stinging Hive Master, and Incisor Glider. Then we have a nice foil showcase land. That's very lovely. So we'll put that up here. Okay, Basilica Shepherd again. Is that the second Basilica Shepherd in the same pack? No. But it looks like the theme of that pack is, this pack is Basilica. Okay, we have an Armored Scrap Gorger, Necrosquito, interesting, and a Rib Skiff, it's a vehicle. Next we have a Blight Belly Rat. And for the rare, we have the Urabrask's Forge. So it's an artifact for 2 and red. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, put an oil counter in Urabrask's Forge. Then create an X over 1 red Phyrexian Horror creature token with trample and haste, where X is the number of oil counters on Urabrask's Forge. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next end step. So, beginning of combat, put an oil counter, and then so this just has like incremental buff over time. Right? So this is pretty good. And you get the foil Unnatural Restoration there. So far nothing spicy. I'm a bit disappointed here. We haven't started out pretty well. Oh, look at this art card there. Pretty nice detail on the art. Okay. So yeah, nothing to write home about in terms of what we've got so far. Hoping we can turn that around now. So Ichor Plate Golem, Cinder Slash Ravager, okay, Evolving Adaptive, and for the showcase we have an Urabrask's Anointer, and the Monumental Facade. So what does this do? So it's a land sphere. It enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. You can tap it for colorless, and then you can tap it, remove an oil counter, put an oil counter on target artifact or creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So you can sort of move around these oil counters. Okay. So let's put that over here as part of the land. Okay, and we got a foil Anoint with Affliction. And our first list card, Order of Yawgmoth. So this is a Zombie Knight 2/2 with Fear. Costs 2 and black. Whenever Order of Yawgmoth deals combat damage to player, that player discards a card. Okay, so let's put the list card down there. Okay, so here we go. Moving on to pack number, what is this? 6 now? Okay. Pack number 7. Alright, so this is the art over here. Okay, so we have the Mirror Custodian, Terramorphic Expanse, put that there. Phyrexian Atlas, Tyrannax Atrocity, Sinew Dancer, and this nice showcase land. Let's put that over there. Okay, for the uncommons, we have Ambulatory Edifice, Cephalopod Sentry. Kind of looks like one of those squiddy things in the Matrix. Okay, we have Atraxa Skitterfang. Okay, for the showcase, we have Blight Belly Rat again, just like a third or fourth one. Ooh, and we have our first mythic, Vraska Betrayal Sting, and this is a nice planeswalker. So for 4 black and a Phyrexian black mana, if that's what you call it. So it's completed. Vraska is completed here. So for that, you can get a planeswalker with 6 loyalty. You draw a card and you lose 1 life and proliferate for the 0 ability. For -2, target creature becomes a treasure artifact with tap, sacrifices artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and loses all other card types and abilities. Cool. And if target in -9, if target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. Interesting. Nice. So our first mythic, let's put that over here. And Vraska, I believe, is one of the chase cards for this particular set. Okay, and we end with a Shitterfang Skitterling in the foil. Okay, and we get a poison counter with Vraska. Okay, last 2 packs for this particular set of cards. Okay, for the art card, we have a gold signed card. This would be Luca, Bound to Ruin. Was Luca also completed? Okay, so to the top 6. Vanish Eternity, Bring the Ending, Glimpsing Raptor, Terramorphic Expanse over there, Hexfold Sash, and Swamp. So is there a card here among the commons more than $2? I don't think so. Yeah, no common cards or uncommon cards above $1, I think. Okay, so we have Annex Sentry, Bladed Ambassador, and Jawbone Duelist. Okay, and for the showcase, we have another Sawblade Scamp. And then, ooh, we have another Planeswalker. This time is the Eternal Wanderer that we've seen last in the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set. So what does she do? So for 4 white, you get a 5 loyalty counter Planeswalker. It says no more than no more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each combat. So you can +1, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So you can blink that creature out. For 0, you can create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with double strike. And -4, for each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. So it's a nice board wipe, which you can use immediately as the Eternal Wanderer hits the battlefield. Okay, and ooh, we get a second rare. This time it's a foil Jorkadeen, first Gold Warden. Yeah, and if for a Boros casting cost, you get a 2/2 Human Rebel Legendary with Trample, and whenever Jorkadeen first Gold Warden attacks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Then if Jorkadeen's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. Okay, let's put that over here. And we get a second list card. It's Gaia's Embrace. So for 2 red, you have Enchant Creature and Aura. Now, Enchanted Creature gets +3/+3 and gains Trample. And you can pay green to regenerate the Enchanted Creature. Okay, nice. So let's put that over here. Okay, it looks like we're picking up some steam in this last set of cards for this first stack of 8. So let's see. Okay, here we go. We get this. Ooh, look at that nice art card there. Pretty cool. Thing is, though, I mean, do people really collect these art cards? I don't seem to hear or read of people sort of, you know, enjoying these art cards and putting these sets together. Anyway, we'll see. Ooh, okay. So we have a mountain here. We have Complete Devotion, Annihilating Glare, and then we have Vraska's Fall. And then we get a bunch of uncommons now, which is kind of weird. So Distorted Curiosity, Infested Flesh Cutter, Plated Onslaught, Veil of Assimilation. Okay, we get a borderless Necrogen Rot Priest. It's another uncommon. Okay. Then we get Rook Hex Gold Nabber, which is a 2/2 Goblin Rebel for 2 and a red. So it has Trample and Haste, and whenever an equipped creature you control other than Rook Hex Gold Nabber attacks or dies, you may attach all equipment attached to that creature to Rook. Okay. And ooh! Oh wow! Okay, second mythic, and it's Elesh Norn herself, Mother of Machines. So for white and 4 mana, you get a 4/7 legendary creature, the Phyrexian Praetor. So she has Vigilance. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. So this is a pretty strong mechanic. Shuts down any ETB trigger that your opponents would have, and it doubles whatever ETB trigger that you do have. And compared to the last version of Elesh Norn that we had seen in previous sets, she is a 4/7, but this is only 5 to cast. Unlike it, I think in the other one was like maybe 7 or 8 to cast. And wow, so we got the big hit here, although it's not in the special treatment, but still, I would take that. This is our second mythic. And you noticed, right? It was like 3 commons and then like a bunch of uncommons. So when you probably have, 4, 5, 6 uncommons in a pack, that probably means you're gonna get a good pack, I think, right? Okay, so we get a foil Banished into Eternity. Ooh, and it's our third mythic. It's Mechanized Production. Nice. So for 2 and blue, you have Aura, which you can use to enchant an artifact. So at the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of the enchanted artifact. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as one another, you win the game. So alternate win con by also doubling up on your enchanted artifact. Okay, so we did say that we were heating up in that last stack, in the last couple of cards of the last stack, and yeah, we got it. We got Elesh Norn. So I'm hoping that we can keep up the pace here. So we have some of these comments here. Yeah, okay. So this is probably going to be a so pack. All right. Okay, and then for the showcase, okay, over there. For the rare, we have Melira, the Living Pure. So for green and white, you get the 3/3 Human Scout. So if you would get 1 or more poison counters, instead you get 1 poison counter, and you can get additional poison counters this turn. So if you exile this card, choose another target creature or artifact. When it's put into the graveyard this turn, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Alright. Then we get a foil Thirsty Roots. Oh, and a list card. So it's Mirrodin Besieged. Oh, sorry, let me put that there. So what does this do? It's from Modern Horizons 1. So for 2 and a blue, you get an enchantment. So as Mirrodin Besieged enters the battlefield, choose Mirran or Phyrexian. So if you do choose Mirran, whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature. You use Phyrexian. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then discard a card. Then if there are 15 or more artifact cards in your graveyard, target opponent loses the game. Okay, so let's put that over there. So far, we have 3 mythics. So what is for a set booster specifically, what is the average number of mythics you're supposed to get in one pack? So let me know, hit me up in the comments. Okay, so we have Jace here. Okay, let's go through the... Okay, so we have 4 commons here and a land card and uncommon. Does that mean that this is going to be a good pack? So Furnace Punisher, Minor Misstep, Sinew Dancer for the showcase, Urabrask's Anointer, and the Seed Core. So this is a land sphere. So you can tap it for colorless. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells. And it has Corrupted. So if you can tap it, target 1/1 creature gets +2/+1 up to end of turn. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. So okay, so this takes advantage of the number of poison counters a opponent would have. And we get a foil Testament Bearer. Alright. Okay, nothing spicy there. But moving on to the next pack. What do we get? Okay, we get another signed art card over here. Okay, we have some of the commons. Okay, and we have a foil Swamp. Let's put that over here. Okay, for the uncommons, we get a Bladehold War Whip, Rebel Salvo, Resistance Reunited. For the showcase, you get another Blight-Belled Rat. I think it's like the 5th or 6th that we've gotten here. And we get Vrant, Executioner Thane. So this is a rare legendary creature, Phyrexian Vampire for 1 and black to cast for 2/2 creature. Whenever one or more other creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay. And a foil Copper Long Lens. Alright. Moving on. Okay, here we go. So another art card here. What do we get? Okay, we got this earlier. So first 6. Okay, so we get again these nice lands here. Put the commons over there. Oops, did I have a, okay, Font of Progress, Camille's Logbook, Camille's Immobilizer. Maybe one more Camille thing. Awaken the Sleeper. For the showcase, we have Sinew Dancer. For the rare slot, we have Blade of Shared Souls. So this is an equipment for 2 in the blue. Has for Mirrodin, when this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token, then attach this to it. Whenever Blade of Shared Souls becomes attached to a creature, so as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. Wow, okay, that's a nice mechanic. And we got a foil Necrogen Communion and a Rebel that goes along with that particular equipment. Okay, you know, I'm really liking the art on these packs, especially this sort of oil treatment, black and white art. It looks really cool, really classic. You know, look at this one, such detail, very lovely. Okay, let's go to the top 6. Okay, so we have a down there and commons all the way. Okay, for the uncommons, we have Necrogen, Rockface, Mirror Convert, and Rummingbird. Okay, for the showcase, another Sawblade Scamp. There's like 3 or 4 of these bulks that we're getting. Okay, we get Ovika Enigma Goliath for the rare, so it's a 5 blue-red 6/6 Phyrexian Nightmare legendary creature with flying, and warded 3, pay 3 life. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Whenever where X is the mana value of that spell, they gain haste until end of turn. Ooh. If you have a token strategy, this is pretty cool. And we have a foil Atmosphere Searcher. Check that out, Phyrexian Beast. Is it? Yeah, it's eating oil, basically. Kind of gross. Okay, so we are now halfway through this set box. I do apologize if it's getting too long as I'm enjoying these cards as we open it, but we'll move it along. Yeah. Okay, so nothing interesting here. Okay, moving through here. Okay, we get the Canker Bloom and this nice oil sort of art, and we get a Copperline Gorge. Okay, I'll take that any day. Let's put that over there where it lands. And we get a Surgical Skull Bomb in foil. Okay, so let's continue to blaze through the next couple of cards here. So we have this nice art card. Let's go to the first 6. Ooh, okay. You get some commons there. Land here. Does this mean that this is a good pack? Okay, more nice looking uncommons. Ooh, nice. We get this nice borderless showcase art rare. So it's Miglaw's Maze Crusher for 1 Gruul. It's a 4/4 Phyrexian beast, a legendary creature. So when Miglaw's Maze Crusher enters the battlefield with 5 oil counters on it. So pay 1, remove an oil counter. It gains Vigilance and Menace until end of turn. Pay 2, remove 2 oil counters. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you remove 3 and pay 3, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Look at that art. That's fantastic. Okay, so it looks like this might be a good pack. Will it be a good pack? Okay, second rare, Mind Splice Apparatus. So it's an artifact, 3 and blue with flash. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on Mind Splice Apparatus. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each oil counter on Mind Splice Apparatus. I do like this card. This is pretty good. One great way to reduce the cost of for spells, slinger decks, especially in blue. You're my boy, blue. Okay, and a foil Blade Graft Aspirant, and a list card, which is Melira's Keepers. So it's a 4/4 human warrior. Melira's Keepers can't have counters placed on it. I wonder how you can exploit that. Maybe something with Persist. Okay, here we go. So art card there. Let's go to the top 6. Okay. Put that here. We get some lands, Hunter's Maze and the Swampo. Okay, and the uncommons here. Showcase, Mere Convert, uncommon. And we get a Miglaw's, this time in the regular format. And a foil Cacophony Scamp. Okay, let's get through this. Okay, here we go. So another art card there. Okay, so uncommons here, lands down here. Okay, oops, we'll put the mic over there. Let me just fix this pile over here. Okay, for the uncommons, here we go. And we get a Unctuous Grand Metatect. So for 1 blue, 2/4 artifact creature, a Phyrexian Vidalcan in the borderless sort of art treatment. So other blue creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Other artifact creatures control get +1/+1. Then you can play a Phyrexian blue until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes a blue artifact in addition to its other colors and types. Activate only as a sorcery. Cool. And our 4th mythic, we get Tekuthal Inquiry Dominus. So I think this is this new Dominus cycle of creatures. So for 2 blue, you get a 3/5 Phyrexian Horror Legendary with flying. If you proliferate twice instead, ooh, that's pretty strong, especially with this poison theme. Now with 1 Phyrexian blue, Phyrexian Blue. Remove 3 counters from among other artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers you control. Put an indestructible counter on Tekatro Inquiry Dominus. Okay, yeah, I will take that. And we end with a foil for Synthesizer. And it's nice foil encounter. Okay, so we're down to our last pack of this particular stack. So we are ending 2/3 of this set booster. And oh wow, look at that card. That's pretty cool. Alright, here we go. So we get a nice swamp. Okay, comment down there. So this is probably gonna be a so-so pack. Razor Paladin, Chitterbank Skitterling, and Slaughter Singer. And for the showcase of Bone Picker Scourge, we get Thane of Contracts. I think we've seen this card. I think this is a reprint, right? Maybe from AFR, maybe, or Baldur's Gate. That there. And we get Adaptive Spore Singer in foil. Okay, now down to the last stack for this box. So this time around, I will be blazing through the commons and commons, assuming I can get this pack open. Okay, there we go. And let's go hunting, right? Oh, look at that, Elesh Norn. Oh boy. Okay. So land, oh. Okay, uncommon down here. Okay, showcase there. And you get a Bloated Contaminators for 2 and a green. You get a 4/4 Phyrexian Beast with Trample and Toxic 1. And whenever Bloated Contaminator deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Nice. It's a very good card. Okay, and the foil Blazing Crescendo. Okay, moving on to the next pack. Okay, we have this art. Oh, who's this guy again? I forget now. Shiro Umezawa or something like that. Okay. So, okay. We'll put this over here. That card there. Oops. Sorry, no, this goes over here. Yeah. Okay. And then it's over there. Stay here. You get the Goliath Hatchery enchantment. So for 4 green. When Goliath Hatchery enters battlefield, trade 2/3/3 green Phyrexian Beast creature tokens with Toxic 1. And with Corrupted, at the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, choose a creature you control, then draw cards equal to its toxic value. This is a nice card, get some payoff on the Corrupted mechanic. Okay, and then, second rare, we get Venser, Corpse Puppet. So for black and blue, you get a 1/3 Phyrexian Zombie Wizard, legendary, with Lifelink and Toxic 1. Whenever you proliferate, choose 1. If you don't control a creature named the Hollow Sentinel, create the Hollow Sentinel, a legendary 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golden Artifact creature token. Or target artifact creature that you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. That's a nice, serviceable legendary there. Oh, and we get a foil Blightbelly Rat. Like, I care. Okay, next pack. So let's take a look at the art. Nice. Okay, putting it there. Nice foil band. Incubation Sac, Hunter's Retrofit Rib Skiff. Okay, we get another Blightbelly Rat. Okay, Green Sun's Twilight for the rare. So it's an X green. Okay, lots of text here. Reveal the top X plus 1 cards of your library. Choose a creature card and or a land card from among them. Put those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is 5 or more, instead put the chosen cards onto the battlefield or into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So I think this is the buy a box promo card. Oh, and we get a foil Miglaw's Maze Crusher. Would have preferred one of the non-bulk rares, but okay, it's cool. So what do we have so far? I think we have 4 mythics, if I remember correctly. Yeah. 4 mythics so far, one of them being Elesh Norn. So that's something. Okay. Uncommons here. Necrosquito. Okay, for the showcase, Quicksilver Fisher. For the rare, we have Malcator Purity Overseer, which is a 1/1 Phyrexian Elephant Wizard. Okay, so when Malcator Purity Overseer enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golden Artifact feature token. Beginning of your end step, if 3 or more artifacts enter the battlefield under your control this turn, then you create another token. Okay, nothing special there, and then a Mirror Custodian in the foil. Okay, we're down to our last 6 packs for this particular set box. We do have one more, so stay tuned for that. Would appreciate if you can check out that video and click the like button as well. Okay. All right, couple of comments here, land there, and comment here. All right. For the showcase, a Rustine Cultivator, the rare. Okay, we get this the Filigree Silex. So it's an artifact for 2 mana. 2 colorless mana, rather. And tap it, put an oil counter on the Filigree Silex. If you tap and sacrifice the Filigree Silex, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of oil counters on the Filigree Silex. And then you can tap, remove 10 oil counters from among permanents you control and sacrifice the Filigree Silex. It deals 10 damage to any target. Okay. Pretty cool. Board wipe, right? And a way for you to deal damage, and then a Branch Blight Stalker in the foil. Oh, and we have a list card, Omen Seas, from the Ikoria set. Okay, moving on to the next pack. Ooh, it's our 3rd signed art card. Okay, I don't think I've ever had that before. Okay. So, uncommons here. Oh, we have Blight Belly over here. I think we might be getting 2 rares in this one. Let's see. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, we're just getting a nice showcase art. Bladed Ambassador. Then we have Skrell Defector Might. So for 1 mana, 1 white mana, you get a 1/1 Phyrexian Might. Has Toxic 1. Skrell Defector Might can't block. So you can pay a Phyrexian White. Tap it, choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn. Can be blocked by other creatures of that color this turn. Okay. And we get a foil Dune Mover. Okay, down to the last 4 packs. 4 mythics so far. One of them being a Plain Jane Elesh Norn. None of the other cool cards we're looking for except for a Vraska Planeswalker. Looks like this might be a stinker, guys, if things don't pan out. Yeah, and this doesn't help. And we get a Conduit of Worlds. So what does this Conduit of Worlds do? So it's an artifact for 2 green. You may play lands from your graveyard. You can tap it, choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast those spells this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. And a foil Glistener Seer. Okay, down to the last 3. Yeah, chances are slim that we would maybe get another mythic, but let's just see. Okay, maybe we should start opening it this way. So we get this Zealot's Conviction over here. Oh, okay, so we get a 5th mythic. Might have been speaking too soon. It's Jace, the Perfected Mind. So what does this do? So Jace got completed, and it's for 2 blue and a Phyrexian blue. Comes in with 5 counters +1 until the end of until your next turn. Up to 1 target creature gets -3/-0. -2, target player mills 2 cards. Then if a graveyard with 20 or more, if a graveyard that has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 cards. Otherwise, you draw a card. And then -X, target player mills 3 times X cards. Okay, and then we have that there. A couple of comments here. Okay, last 2 packs. So I was just about to give up on this particular box, then we picked up another mythic. Always appreciate it. So let's take a look. Okay, we have a list card here, 50 feet of rope. We have a foil Cephalod's Sentry. Maybe another mythic? No, it's rare. Oh, but it's Kaya, Intangible Slayer. So we got Planeswalker here. So for 3 white, black. Kaya comes in with hexproof and 6 loyalty counters. +2 it. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. You can not pay anything and you draw 2 cards. Then each opponent may scry 1. And then the ultimate is -3, exile target creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying in addition to its other types. Okay. Oh, and we get a borderless Razor Verge ticket. That's pretty nice. Alright. Yeah, so 3 commons there and a nice foil land. So it looks like the theme here is that if you get like 3 commons and the rest moving forward are uncommons, then you know you're gonna get a good pack, which is kind of weird. Okay, so Atraxis Skitterfang for the foil, and oh wow, on the last pack we get another mythic, and this would be nice, Sword of Fortune Frontier. I was looking for this card. So for 3 mana, it's an equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. You may play an additional land this turn. Equip for 2, yes. And wow, we get a nice borderless showcase, everything on it. Malcator, Purity of Overseer. It's just not in foil, but I'll take this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, down to the last pack. We were able to catch up there. Very interesting. Again, there's another 3 common pack set, and we got the cool cards. Okay, so there's Junki Taxis there. So just to go through our cards, we did get 6 mythics. So we have Vraska, Elesh, Norn, Tekuthal, Jace, Sword of Forge, and Frontier, and a list mechanized production. We got a couple of list cards, a couple of good lands, several of the Phyrexian lands, like in this alternate art, and this particular land cycle. So overall, maybe a stinker from a standpoint of value. I don't think I'm recouping my investment in this particular box, but in terms of cool cards, looks like it's okay. Nothing great, but it's not as bad as you think. At least that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.